Rolling. So we're going to go ahead and take our two positions that we just covered and we're going to move them onto an unstable surface. This is just a rocker board. It's you can make these yourselves by putting a ball or something underneath a piece of wood. When I first had, this one was made by Max 200. When I first made my first rocker board, I actually took a tennis ball and put it in a gardening glove, and then I just staple gunned it to the bottom of a board. It was a little bit rough, but it lasted for years and years. This one it's got a sand painted surface, so it's not slippery, it's got good traction. And what we're looking for is we're looking for a surface that's going to be unstable in all four directions. You could use a pillow off your couch, you could use a board with something underneath it, anything that you can find that's unstable. So use your imaginations for that. Okay. So I'm going to get my dog up onto this. Sit. And then I'm going to start asking him for his tuck sit. And when I want to get him out of the sit, I'm just using my hand to stand him up. Good. Sit. Good. And I can move him around on this board so that when he is getting into his position, good. Yeah. Sit. Sit. Good. Right. He has to work his balance some more. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Good boy. Very nice. So anything I can do to sit. Good. To challenge his balance. That's really the idea here. The other thing that we're going to work on this unstable surface is working on, good. Okay. So we're going to have him go into a down position and then push up into a sit. Good. And I'm just going to move him back on this a little bit because his front feet are coming off. He's a bigger dog, so down, down. Good. I need something where all of his limbs are still on the prop. Good boy. Good job. Good. So as he's pushing himself up into that sit, this board is just adding some intensity to it by challenging his balance some more. Okay. Another prop that you could use would be if you have a peanut, an exercise peanut. So we have an exercise peanut. And it has a stabilizer so that it doesn't roll around. And you can put your peanut in between the coffee table and the couch, or you could use sandbags even. This peanut is actually made by a company called Cando, C-A-N-D-O, and it has little nubs on it, which is great for stability for the dog. Good. Sit. Good. And the less you inflate your peanut, the more challenging it is for the dog for their balance. So the more you inflate it, the more stable you make it. So make sure that it's not too inflated. Good. Slimy cookie. Stand. Good. And sit. Good. Stand. Stand. Good. And you'll notice as you start to challenge their balance, we'll do that push up. Good. You'll notice as they start to fatigue more, they'll start to rock a little more, they get a little bit more like that, like Jello, and they start having to counterbalance themselves more and more and more. So don't push it too far. Good. Maybe a half a dozen reps. Good. Okay. Good boy. One of the big things that I do when I'm working with any exercise prop at all is I make sure that my dog doesn't get on the prop until I release them to it. That way there's no chance of them getting injured. I don't want them just jumping onto something when I'm not ready for it yet. Especially if you don't have a stabilizer and you're using furniture, or maybe you're using sandbags, or you're putting a chair or something to stabilize. You want to make sure you get that stabilized before you actually ask the dog to get up onto it. That way it doesn't roll out from underneath their feet and hurt themselves. Good luck with it and send us your videos. Woo!